All right, guys, well, let's take a disturbing walk, a disturbing tour through the mind of the average feminist. So, this feminist just randomly appeared on my Twitter feed. She sent me a tweet out of nowhere. I didn't contact her. It wasn't in a response to a prior tweet that I said. She just found me on Twitter, typed in my handle, and sent me this message. You need to realize that gender equality does not revolve around violence. Feminism is for careers, wages, education, etc. Of course, the only thing I can deduce from her tweet is she's referring to my past videos on men defending themselves against crazy violent bitches who hit the man first. And of course, nothing exposes the double standard contradictions of feminism than suggesting that it's actually gender equality to punch a woman in the face if she hit you first, meaning you're acting in self-defense. The average feminist who doesn't really believe in gender equality, she just wants special perks redirected towards the grand vagina collective, which is basically what feminism lobbies for. When you suggest that gender equality means hitting a woman back, they freak out. So I responded with, "Oh, how sweet. Well, let's get more women in garbage collection. That sexist industry has 90+% men." And then she responded, "Are you stupid? I'm sure men chopsy good job. I want the same wage as a man at the same level as me in a workplace." Then she goes, "Because a white man will earn so much more than a Spanish female in the same job on the same level. It's unfair." And I told her, "You only advocate workplace equality in lavish career fields. You won't go near mostly male-run garbage collection industry." I also told her in a separate tweet that I'm a Spanish male, and I can't recall any workplace pay discrimination. And honestly, I wouldn't complain if there was a workplace difference, because I would know that most likely it's not discrimination. It's just that I'm not working as much as the so-called white man. But anyways, eventually the weird feminist girl, the next day, sent me another random tweet, and she says, "What are your views on rape?" And it just occurred to me that that's like the only person who would ever ask such a weird question is a feminist. Only a feminist would ask such a stupid question. What are your views on rape? Gee, I don't know, last week I was kind of thinking I was for it, but this week I'm kind of on the fence. I'm thinking it's only good, in certain situations. No, I mean, of course. Who the fuck thinks rape is a good thing? But that's the feminist ideology. They actually think ridiculous things. But you know what? To me, this is a really good example of what's on the mind of the average feminist. The rape-obsessed mind. Feminists are really obsessed with rape. Like, it's weird. Like, they talk about rape so much. Everything is rape. Rape, rape, rape. Like, the only conclusion I can come to is that they've been reading too much 50 Shades of Grey or something. And I know it doesn't make sense, but I actually heard that feminists are more likely, even the Young Turks even did a story about this the other day. Feminists are more likely to watch porn. And there's actually sort of a stigma that the more radical a feminist, the more rough sex she's into in the porn she watches. There was even one feminist who was on a giant crusade to ban a pickup artist from Australia, that RSD Julian guy. And it turned out this feminist girl was on Tumblr. She was collecting hardcore porn pictures on her Tumblr, her old Tumblr profile of men choking women while ramming them with their cock and putting them in all these hardcore submissive positions. I don't know, guys. Just disturbing look into the rape-obsessed mind of the average radical feminist who, I guess if she can't get rough, vigorous alpha male cock, she can only ventilate that through fantasies about hardcore porn. Because honestly, I mean, who asks a question like this? Of course rape is wrong. Of course rape is something you shouldn't support. So the only kind of person who would ask, what are your views on rape, is someone who's either delusional or just 24/7 is always thinking about rape.
That's not very traditional, and I think that a man should really pay for the first date.
Fuck that. We're splitting the bill.